Hey, listen up. Let me tell you something right now. They don't know who they're messing with. They think they've got you cornered, but they're playing with forces way beyond their understanding. You're not just anyone. You're chosen, set apart, unstoppable. Every time they come at you, they're digging their own grave, and they don't even see it yet. They think they can break you. Let them try. All they're doing is strengthening the fire that burns inside you. You are backed by something far greater than they can ever comprehend. Every move they make against you is like throwing stones at a mountain. It's pointless. The universe is watching, and it doesn't miss. Their arrogance has blinded them to what's coming. And trust me, it's coming fast. So stand tall, because you're not just surviving. You're winning. You're built for this. This isn't the end. It's your beginning. Let them underestimate you. It'll make your victory that much sweeter. Now go show them who you are. You are not merely enduring, you are transforming, a force of reckoning they could never foresee. While they scheme in shadows, blind to the forces at work, their plans are already unraveling. What is rising within you is not a fleeting surge. It's a relentless tide, an uncontainable force that will dismantle every lie, every false foundation. The chaos they unleashed will recoil upon them, not by chance, but by design. You are not a bystander to this reckoning. You are the catalyst, the unyielding force sent to restore balance. Their whispers, their conspiracies, they are nothing against the tide of truth bearing down on them. Justice does not falter, and neither do you. They underestimated the resolve forged in your trials, the power cultivated in silence. Their downfall is inevitable, not because of luck, but because of the immutable laws that govern light and darkness. Drop a comment. I stand with the eternal truth. You are aligned with forces they cannot comprehend, forces that have written the outcome before their schemes even began. This is not a battle waged in vain, but a declaration of the eternal rhythm, where righteousness rises unchallenged, consuming the false and fortifying the worthy. What they lack is what defines you: purpose refined through adversity and resolve that cannot be shaken. The collapse of their illusions is not a matter of speculation. It is as certain as the dawn that chases the night. Every deceit, every betrayal will meet its end in the light of what is unassailable. Truth carried by those like you, whose faith stands firm through storms. Since time immemorial, the clash between falsehood and justice has played out, always ending with the inevitable triumph of light. This is your legacy, written in the fabric of creation, passed through generations of those who refuse to bow to fear. You are the embodiment of that legacy, wielding the unrelenting power of purpose and integrity. Their efforts to silence the truth, to manipulate the course of righteousness, will not succeed. The forces they face are older than time, etched into the soul of the world. This is not merely about you. It is about the ceaseless march of justice that you have been chosen to lead. Stand firm, for the reckoning has begun, and you are its herald. You carry a purpose rooted in something far greater than chance. The forces that align with you are timeless, as enduring as the rhythm of the universe itself. Your authority is neither borrowed nor fragile. It is solidified through trials and tested by fire. This strength isn't in what you wield, but in who you are, a reflection of unshakable purpose. Opponents, whether seen or unseen, have tried to extinguish such power before and have always failed. What you hold is not fleeting. It is eternal, burning brightly through every shadow. History has seen empires fall and adversaries crumble, yet the light you carry remains unyielding. It doesn't flicker, it doesn't falter. It grows, consuming every falsehood in its path. You walk with an unseen legion by your side, a force that transcends the physical world. These spiritual guardians, your ancestors, protectors, and allies, stand ready, their actions precise and their purpose unwavering. They do not waver in their loyalty, for their mission is bound to your victory. They operate in silence, yet their influence ripples through the chaos, guiding you toward your purpose, shielding you from harm, and intervening when the odds seem insurmountable. They are not idle watchers, but active participants, clearing paths where none seem possible and holding strong when the storms rage. Your journey is supported by their ceaseless vigilance, an unbreakable connection to a force that answers to the laws of truth and justice. Just as the tides bow to the moon's pull, so do these unseen allies move in harmony with the steps you take. What you face, you do not face alone. The trials, the battles, and the victories are shared, their strength merging with yours to forge a path that cannot be broken. This is not happenstance. It is the unfolding of a plan, written in the stars long before your time. You are not only chosen to endure, you are destined to rise, backed by a power far greater than any earthly obstacle. The guardians who walk with you are the proof that your steps are aligned with a divine purpose, and they will not rest until your victory is complete. Feel the power of being chosen. If you sense a greater purpose within, you're in the right place. Click Join to access exclusive content, support, and insights to transform your journey and align with your divine calling. Step into your destiny. Join now and claim your place among the chosen. When the struggle feels insurmountable, remember, you are a vessel of resilience shaped by the victories of countless others. Their triumphs pulse within you, a silent symphony of wisdom and strength. True power emerges when your intent harmonizes with purpose, creating a force that reshapes realities. This isn't a fleeting ember, it's an eternal blaze, nourished by the boundless energy of creation. Like a craftsman who wields tools with precision, you possess an innate ability to discern the authentic from the deceptive, piercing through illusions to unveil clarity. The weight of opposition pales when the vastness of divine collaboration propels you forward. Barriers dissolve, chaos subsides, and even the fabric of reality shifts when guided by unshakable purpose. Manifestation is no distant concept. It is the art of forging pathways and dismantling hindrances with unwavering conviction. Obstacles aren't negotiated. They are eradicated with meticulous force. The energies aligned with your mission act decisively, carving opportunities where none seemed possible. They do not waver, and neither should you. To those who doubt your path, let the inevitability of your progress serve as proof. This is not mere personal determination, but a symphony of higher alignment, claiming what is inherently yours with unrelenting certainty. Even when shadows press in from every side, they cannot extinguish the radiance within you. The dark may threaten, claw, or whisper, but it falters against a brilliance that cannot be dimmed. This is no equal contest. The glow of truth pierces through, revealing the hollowness of those forces that thrive on confusion and falsehood. Darkness relies on fragile illusions, sustained by fear and chaos, yet it cannot endure the presence of unwavering clarity. Its might crumbles under the weight of justice, dissolving in the face of authenticity. History echoes with victories of order over chaos, where deceitful empires fell and integrity prevailed. That same unshakable force now carries you forward. This is not a standstill. It is an advance. With every step rooted in light, the very fabric of darkness unravels. Its persistence is nothing more than the frantic flailing of something that knows its end is already woven into its existence. The destruction of what is unjust is inevitable. Darkness sows its own ruin. For every lie is a fracture in its fragile foundation. It promises much, but exacts a cost too great to bear, its own undoing. Those who manipulate and harm are not merely fighting against justice, but against the immutable principles that govern life itself. Their desperate maneuvers inevitably spiral into collapse, undone by the very forces they try to wield. As their ambitions build higher, so do the cracks that guarantee their fall. The downfall is not imposed, but inherent. Cruelty carries within it the seeds of its own annihilation. Every selfish act tightens the trap of their own making. Their relentless grasp for power blinds them to their impending collapse, driven by an arrogance that ignores one simple truth: destruction cannot sustain itself. It devours until it has nothing left, leaving only silence in its wake. When defiance rises, when schemes are spun, the inevitable collapse of such folly is already woven into its foundation. Each action, born of malice, crafts the blueprint of its downfall, every deceit laying another stone in the fortress of its own destruction. Striking against what is sacred is not a battle. It is an invocation of forces that shatter arrogance. It is the trembling of a storm, gathering to cleanse and renew. Righteousness does not rest. It is a relentless tide, sweeping away all that dares to defy its order. Those who challenge this force are not resisting an individual. They are grappling with truths that have shaped existence itself. Hubris blinds them to the immensity of the power they provoke. As ambition overreaches, as those intoxicated by their illusions of control seek to claim the untouchable, their ascent ensures their fall. The forces they dismiss as inconsequential are anything but. They are the rhythm of the universe itself, correcting and balancing with unyielding precision. Their ignorance quickens their undoing, their schemes undone by the very energies they believed they could manipulate. The power of justice does not hesitate. It advances like a torrent, uncontainable and all-encompassing. Every transgression fuels the intensity of its return, and when the reckoning comes, it leaves no trace of what once sought to overshadow it. Justice is not a reaction. It is an eternal force, aligning all things with what must be. When the wronged are targeted, the guardians of balance rise, moving with the weight of timeless purpose. No act of deceit or treachery escapes the gaze of this force, and no shelter can hide those who defy its truth. Their steps, taken in defiance, lead them not to freedom, but directly into the judgment they sought to evade. The inevitability of this reckoning is a fundamental law, unyielding, impartial, and absolute. With each act of harm, the echoes grow louder, drawing justice closer, like a magnet to steel. It is not a personal vendetta, but the restoration of order, where imbalance cannot endure. The weight of their choices will find them, and the scales will tip toward harmony once more, as they always have and always will. Dear brothers and sisters, peace be with you. Remember this profound truth. Our lives are part of God's unshakable plan. As the Bible says, "Give, and it will be given to you." Luke 6:38. Like a mighty oak, our faith is rooted in His strength. Today, you have an opportunity to step into that blessing. By using the Super Thank You button and donating $100, your faith-filled gesture will return to you in abundant ways. Consequences do not delay. they gather strength. When they arrive, they leave no avenue for escape and no room for denial. To defy what is woven into the essence of existence is to ignite one's own undoing. Those who believe they can reshape the inevitable or stand against the rhythm of universal order are not challenging mere mortals. They are provoking forces beyond their grasp. Like an artist painting over a canvas without understanding its depth, their actions accelerate their downfall rather than halt the unfolding design. The will of truth is unyielding. It does not waver nor entertain resistance. Its presence is a force that dismantles opposition with an unrelenting weight. The structure of existence bends for no one, and alignment with it is not optional. It is essential. To walk in truth is to become one with this unshakable flow, embodying the harmony that restores balance. Ready to take the first step toward greatness? Subscribe now and let's begin. True integrity is not passive. It is a catalyst that uproots falsehood and rebuilds what has been fractured. It is an energy that moves mountains, reshapes landscapes, and commands even the most unyielding obstacles to yield. Acting with integrity summons forces far greater than ambition could ever hope to harness. Like an unbreakable compass, it points unwaveringly toward the just path, drawing strength and favor in ways unseen but undeniably felt. Integrity has no rival. It cannot be manipulated, subdued, or outmatched. Its presence transforms weakness into strength, creating pathways where none existed. Those who stand against it underestimate its quiet power, realizing only too late that it cannot be overthrown. Integrity does not merely defend, it shifts the very fabric of opposition, leaving no space for falsehood to thrive. Integrity is not just protection, it is an enduring shield that renders harm impotent. When darkness rises, it finds no purchase, no weakness to exploit. Each effort to dismantle it falls short, like arrows disintegrating before reaching their mark. This is no abstract ideal. It is a force that deflects deceit, nullifies harm, and ensures that truth stands unscathed. It is not a barrier that merely withstands attack. It actively dismantles the tools of chaos and misdirection. The power of alignment with what is just is a force that shields and strikes in equal measure. It is not a relic of ancient wisdom, but a living testament to the strength of truth in action. When embraced, it creates an unbreachable fortress, ensuring that no force of malice can prevail against it. No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue which rises against you in judgment, you shall condemn. Isaiah 54:17. Imagine a lighthouse standing firm amidst a raging storm. The waves crash, the wind howls, and yet the light never dims. It cuts through the chaos, guiding the way. That's you. You are that light, steady and unshaken, a beacon of resilience. The forces that rise against you may roar and thrash, but they cannot extinguish what's been divinely placed within you. When the storms of adversity come, they don't define you, they refine you. They take what seems fragile and turn it into something unbreakable. Every attack against you is a misstep. Every scheme is a trap that will catch its maker. The energy of malice collapses under the weight of justice. And justice, my friends, is not just a shield. It's a force that uproots, tears down, and rebuilds stronger than before. It's not contained to one moment or one person. It sweeps across the landscape, creating ripples of transformation that outlast any opposition. It doesn't just protect, it reshapes. Like water carving through stone, justice moves with quiet power, leaving behind a path of renewal and purpose that bridges hearts, communities, and generations. But let me tell you something even more powerful. When you choose righteousness, you step into a legacy. Your actions don't just stop with you. They're like seeds planted in fertile ground. One act of courage, one decision to stand in truth, ignites a movement far greater than yourself. It's not about being perfect. It's about being willing. Willing to trust, willing to stand, willing to act. Think about it. One spark can light an entire forest. One small light can lead multitudes out of darkness. Your choices have that power. When you act with integrity, you're not just doing what's right. You're unlocking doors for others, creating pathways for those who thought there was no way forward. That's how justice works. It builds, it uplifts, and it inspires. Even history agrees with this truth. Look back and see how a single moment of righteousness changed the course of nations. It's always been the steady, unyielding commitment to truth that turned the tide in the darkest of times. And that's who you are. You're not just someone enduring the storm. You're the one shifting it. You're the one proving that darkness doesn't win, that lies don't prevail, and that every act rooted in truth has the power to rewrite the future. This is bigger than you, bigger than any one person. This is about becoming part of something eternal, something unshakable. Don't just watch. Be part of the change. Subscribe now, and let's make it happen. And don't you ever think for a second that your efforts are in vain. Oh no. Every step you take, every word you speak in alignment with what's right, shifts the balance of this world. It tilts the scales toward light, toward goodness, toward healing. You may not see the full picture right now, but trust me, it's being written in ways that can never be undone. What's done in truth lasts forever. It's woven into the very essence of creation itself. So keep going, keep standing, keep shining, because the light in you is not ordinary, it's divine, and nothing, no storm, no attack, no opposition can ever put it out. Those who sow discord and deceit do not cast their actions into the void. They set into motion forces that will inevitably return to them. Each malicious deed is a stone dropped into still water, and the ripples will find their origin. The harm inflicted becomes a catalyst for its undoing, as the consequences of such acts inevitably multiply and return with greater force. What begins as an effort to disrupt others ultimately consumes its instigator, as the energy of destruction cannot be sustained without imploding. The law of balance ensures that every act carries its consequence, and no intention, whether just or unjust, escapes this cycle. Justice does not rely on vengeance. It operates with precise inevitability. As schemes unravel and deceit is exposed, those who acted against righteousness will face the weight of their own actions, unable to escape the truths they have called into being. Their collapse is not an act of punishment, but the natural conclusion of their choices. Balance governs all, and the equilibrium demands nothing less than full recompense. What is sown will be reaped, amplified, and unerring. Energy flows like an endless tide, returning to its source in the form it was sent out. This is no mere concept. It is a law older than time itself, etched into the very structure of existence. The weight of one's intentions and actions determines the trajectory of their return, as sure as the seasons follow their cycle. Harm given does not dissipate into voids. It seeds a harvest that cannot be avoided. Those who act with malice or deceit create their own undoing, for the forces they unleash will rise again, not diminished but magnified. This immutable principle ensures that balance is restored, no matter how much effort is made to disturb it. Efforts to manipulate this balance will always fail. The foundations of dishonesty and harm will crumble under the weight of their own contradictions. The forces that uphold harmony are steadfast and unwavering, incapable of being swayed or corrupted. What is given in harm will return in ruin, striking with a precision that does not miss its mark. Yet forgiveness exists not as an act of weakness, but as a profound assertion of strength. To forgive is to free oneself from the binds of bitterness and rise above the grasp of those who caused harm. It is the ultimate declaration of self-mastery, ensuring that your energy remains untarnished by their actions. Forgiveness is not surrender. It is liberation, a refusal to let their wrongdoing define your path. Choosing forgiveness does not nullify accountability. The forces of justice operate independently of human mercy, ensuring that those who act against truth and righteousness face the consequences of their choices. Letting go of resentment removes the burden from your heart, but does not shield the wrongdoer from the inescapable correction of universal order. Forgiveness clears your way forward, leaving them to face the unyielding response of the balance they sought to disrupt. Justice strikes with impartiality, and no act escapes the scales. To forgive is to relinquish vengeance, but it does not negate judgment. Instead, it ensures that the rightful consequences unfold without interference, restoring harmony as they must. You are not tasked with delivering judgment. Release the burden and step away, trusting that the consequences of their actions are already set in motion. Justice flows like a river, unaffected by detours or attempts to block its path. Those who conspire against what is right are not obstructing the course. They are building the foundation of their own downfall. Their resistance only accelerates the inevitable, as the forces they oppose are beyond their comprehension. Divine purpose moves with precision, transforming obstacles into tools of triumph. No scheme can derail the outcome. No delay can halt the arrival of what is destined. The trials sent to weaken you are, in truth, the fires that refine and prepare you. Justice never forgets, and it never falters. Even amidst the most relentless opposition, the balance remains unshaken. The energy they expend to harm only circles back to them, multiplied. Trust the flow that carries all things to their rightful place, knowing that retaliation is unnecessary. The power working in your favor is not hurried. It is deliberate, unyielding, and absolute. What is meant for you cannot be stolen or destroyed. The battle is not waged solely in the visible world, but extends into unseen dimensions where forces of order and chaos clash. These powers stand as your guardians, shielding you from harm even in moments of greatest vulnerability. Like a fortress, their protection transforms the blows you endure into the strength you will need for the journey ahead. Every act of malice directed at you is absorbed and reshaped, returning as a source of resilience and purpose. Opposition does not hinder progress. It becomes the fuel for the forces aligned with your path. There is no need to rush or force outcomes. The energy of justice, patient and relentless, ensures that all things fall into place at the appointed time. Those who attempt to disrupt this process will find themselves standing against an unmovable force, their efforts dissolving like mist before the dawn. This unbreakable cycle ensures that the scales will tip as they must, bringing everything into perfect balance. No force can breach the shield of radiance that surrounds you. The brilliance within is not fleeting. It is an enduring essence, growing fiercer with every trial you encounter. Darkness may press against it, but it falters before the unyielding glow of truth. This isn't a tale. It is the very essence of your being. Just as steadfast mountains withstand the fiercest storms, you are upheld by an unwavering power that no shadow can overcome. With each attempt to diminish you, the strength protecting you amplifies, rendering every assault futile. The void may roar, but its noise is powerless against the invincible brilliance you carry. You stand not in isolation, but fortified by an unseen force, ensuring that no challenge can overpower you. The weight you bear is not arbitrary. It is yours because you are uniquely equipped to transform it into purpose. What seeks to shatter you instead refines your resilience, tempering you into an unbreakable force. Those aligned with truth are not shaped by circumstances. They are architects of triumph, upheld by energies beyond comprehension. The outcome is inevitable for those who walk in alignment with truth and purpose. Each choice grounded in integrity dismantles the plans of those who act against you. Their attempts dissolve, their strategies falter, and their strength evaporates before the resolute force that surrounds you. Protection is only part of the story. Empowerment and elevation define your path, ensuring your steps are guided by an unshakable presence. Defeat is not possible for one whose journey is rooted in authenticity and justice. This is your moment to rise, not seeking accolades, but offering a testament to the unyielding power of perseverance. Let your actions and words be a beacon, illuminating the potential within others to uncover their own resilience and purpose. You are living proof that those who walk in light will always overcome.